everybody, it's Kim with Conversations with Kim in the Car. Just thought I'd pop in and have another conversation while I'm en route. I'm not driving, so you know that. But while we're en route to the airport, actually, have a little business trip going on, and we're heading to the airport. So it is actually December. I was going to say it's November, but it's not. It's December. So it's December. It's time to reflect on your goals from 2019. You know, what kind of goals did you have, and how well did you do at meeting your goals? And then it's also time to now start reflecting on and putting together what your goals are going to be for 2020. You want to be doing that now, setting those expectations so that you can be prepping for starting, you know, first thing in January towards hitting those goals in 2020. So it's really, really important to step back and look at what happened in the past year. You know, every year.
I'm reflecting.
And
on your face.
You're reflecting on my face?
Yeah.
What does that mean? Oh, yeah.
I'm reflecting.
You're reflecting. Ha ha ha. Like with your glasses.
Your conversations with Kim.
All right. So, I'm not sure if you heard that or not, but Christy's reflecting. Maybe she'll share in a little bit. So anyways, where was I? Oh yeah, talking about, you know, looking back at what your goals were for the previous year. So every year, you really should be analyzing, you know, how well did you do to meet your goals? You know, were the goals that you set for yourself really the things that you focused on even? You know, sometimes things shift and change during the course of a year. A year is a really, really long time to, you know, work on projects. So take this time now to reflect. You know, what were your goals for 2019? How well did you do? And this is not something that you're trying to beat yourself up about. It's really about, okay, did I actually focus on the right stuff? Did I get close to hitting my goals? Did I exceed my goals? If I exceeded my goals, then, you know, did I set my goals too low because I exceeded them? Or did you just really bust butt to make that happen? Because that's okay too. But you really want to make sure that you're reflecting on what you set out to do. Did you accomplish it? Were you really focusing on the right things? And then, you know, really sit back and look at if you didn't focus on some certain things. Let's say you set 3 different goals and you focused on one of them. You did some things around that one, but the other 2 you didn't do anything at all. So step back and say, hey, you know, why is that? You know, what was it about that goal that had me not being in action about anything related to it at all? Maybe it's not important. Maybe you thought that goal was important, but it's really not. Maybe you were trying to do too many things at the same time. We're all, you know, possibly doing that. I know I do that a lot. For myself even, I try to accomplish way, way too much. Sometimes I have to step back and say, okay, what do I really need to focus on? So that kind of brings me back to, okay, take that reflection now and really think about what it is that you want to focus on next year, 2020, you know, at this point for next year. Learn from what you did in 2019. Apply that into 2020 and reset your goals and come up with a strategy. And I want to talk a little bit about, you know, focus. So it's really, really important to actually focus and make sure that you're focusing on the right thing, and that you're focusing on the thing that's going to propel you the most, and take so many things out of the way that's the thing that's going to catapult you into really exceeding or really busting out what you're doing. So what do I mean by that? A lot of times we are doing tasks, we are doing things that we, you know, think that are important. We're in action all the time. So we're checking things off our list, right? It's like, all right, this week I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, and you're checking that stuff off. You're like being really productive, right? But then at the end of the day, are you really being productive? Are you really, 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 those things that you're focusing on, were they the one thing that really is going to catapult you? So there's a book that I think might be a good book. You can do an Audible as well. You can do an audio type book with it, but it's called The One Thing. So that one thing and that methodology is a really good methodology about having you really step back, think about what it is you want to get to, really laser focusing on that thing, and now creating the one thing that you're going to focus on, you know, for, let's say, Q1 of 2020, and then Q2 of 2020. And then everything you do around that is going to be laser focused around that thing, and that will propel you so much quicker into accomplishing your goals and really taking off in whatever your goal might be. It could be business setting. I'm obviously talking about real estate investing, but if you can apply this to anything, right? So again, right now is the right time to be reflecting on what your goals were for 2019, talking about how you could improve, how you could do things different, what were you focusing on that you didn't need to, what did you do well, right? So look at the you know, the things you can improve upon, the opportunities, I like to call them, but also look at the things that you did well. And if you've got a team that's working with you, encourage your team to do this with you as well. So you know, give them feedback. What went well? You know, what are some opportunities for improvement? Because we always need to focus on those. And when we identify those, how are we going to improve those things? And then take that into a strategy session now before the end of the year for your 2020 goals. Set those goals, be aggressive with your goals. You know, if they're easily obtainable, you're not pushing yourself hard enough. You're not pushing your team hard enough. So make them, you know, push goals. Make sure that they are things that can be accomplished, right? Now, you don't have to know how to accomplish them. So don't worry about that. And maybe I'll talk about that in another little episode. But you don't have to know how you would obtain the goal. The whole idea here is to make sure that what you want to focus on, what these things are, truly relate to what you're passionate about, what you want to build for 2020, what you want to do to make your life the life you want it to be. And then step back and say, okay, now that I am really clear what it is I want to focus on, now we can start thinking about being laser focused on actually how to accomplish those things. And now maybe think outside the box a little bit, as opposed to just making things really simple inside the box all the time. So you want to make sure that whatever you're doing, you're gonna have to think outside the box. You're gonna have to be creative. You're gonna have to do things a completely different way to make this happen for yourself.